My name is Diana Wolf.
My name is Justin Helmers.
Hi, I'm Wendy Tibbett.
I'm Jerry Tibbett.
My name is Emily Shipper.
My name is Dana Benning.
My name is Katrina Engelbrecht.
I'm Matt Engelbrecht.
I'm married with 4 children from ages of 4 up to 18.
Proud parent of a 9-year-old, soon-to-be 10-year-old son. His name's Brady. He'll be 10 this month.
I'm married. My husband and I raised 4 children who are all out of our home now.
We are married for 8 years.
I'm married to Dane Shipper. We've been living in Nashua for about 6 years. We have 2 daughters, Emma Grace and Morgan Faith.
We have 2 kids. Our daughter is 16, Tessa, and our son is 8. He's Christopher.
I've been attending Open Bible Church for about 2 years now, coming up next month in October.
I go to school full-time at UNI, going for secondary education. I also work part-time at the church with children's ministry.
Jesus is the greatest joy in my life, and the fact that he has allowed me to be a part of raising our kids. I take great joy in them and in the lives that they're living for the Lord.
The greatest joy in your life should be God. You know, God chose you, and none of the rest of it matters.
The love of God, His grace, what He's done for us, it's definitely a great joy.
Yeah, I feel blessed just to have Katrina and the girls, and just blessed that God's love is beyond measure.
Just that I have a relationship with Christ, like a personal relationship. Because of that, it impacts my relationship with my husband, my role as a parent, my role as like a daughter, a sister, a friend.
Our marriage, our kids.
My greatest joy was Lord's answer to my prayers, and that was Wendy.
Knowing that we're on His path now.
It's being able to take something that I didn't have or rejected, to be able to accept it into my life and be able to pass that on to my son. And I would say that's the greatest joy of my life.
The path I chose was a worldly path, and it was, at the time, I thought sufficient.
It's hard for me to identify the choice or choices that I made that brought me to the lowest part of my life.
Neglecting your family for a lot of years has been a big one, and I've realized that 10 and 12 and more hours a day, at least 5 days a week, has not got me anywhere.
I used to kind of ask myself, like, did I make one wrong choice and like that one wrong choice made one bad turn, or did I just make like a million bad choices and it just ruined everything?
I needed to be knocked down. I needed to be humbled. And so, yeah, I made many, many wrong turns.
When I was in high school, I had an affair with a married man, and that has caused me over a lot of years to not trust what Jerry does, what he looks at, what he is always doing.
About 20 years ago, after I had already accepted Christ as my Savior, as a teenager, got married, had children, I found myself in a great disillusionment with my life.
My life wasn't about even Katrina or even a family when we got married. It was probably, not necessarily probably, it was for sure centered on things that I wanted to achieve.
Any ounce of depression that I would have, I could counter myself with, fun, and it was usually selfish fun. Alcohol was always, a part in it.
It was really dark. It was really, I was alone. At that time in my life, you had a lot of acquaintances, but you didn't have any friends.
I was at a point in my life where I didn't even follow the road. I had enough arrogance that I just blazed my own trail.
striving for money and of which I never had as a kid. It's just really taken its toll on my marriage and my kids.
Those are probably things that led to our marriage that fell apart, and I didn't realize that until our marriage had dissolved.
I thought that if I was a Christian, everything should be fine. But I didn't understand why things were the way they were, why I felt the way that I did, why God wasn't doing the things in my life and for me that I thought He should be doing.
And it's impacted our entire marriage together. He's never been able to do anything in it without me judging or critiquing or thinking he's going to do something to cheat, and it all comes back to me making that poor choice then and thinking all men are going to do that at some point. It's just, when is it going to happen?
I don't like to fail, and I mean nobody does, but it seems like I take it pretty hard, and I guess being married, I had so much pride in my marriage, or the fact that I was married and proud of my family, and when that got to the point where my marriage ended, it was devastating. It was the world kind of crumbling down around.
I think both of us put our careers and making money ahead of our relationship.
But at the time, you know, I was doing what everybody else was doing, and there was nothing wrong with it. In my eyes, I was a good person.
When I lean on God, I'm praying every day for guidance.
Over the last month, God has really opened my eyes as to what I was doing wrong.
Do the things that I knew I should do, whether I felt like doing them or not. And then those were the choices that brought me out of that dark place.
You know, first and foremost, you just kind of go to God in prayer.
There are times when I have to, say, God, I'm struggling right now, Lord, and just help me understand, because I know that maybe I'm going through this for a reason.
My life today is I wouldn't call it easier necessarily, but it's whole, it's fulfilling.
It's been really cool because I found the Lord first, and Jerry didn't know Him, and so later for him now to be the strong one in our relationship and to be the one that looks to the Lord when I'm weak at this point is really, that's been the exciting part of this journey.
If you keep digging in and you pray about it and you sincerely want, God's help, He answers.
I used to think I was strong enough, but nobody is strong enough to do it on their own.
He has really pointed the direction of which I need to go, and I keep asking Him every day for just keep the light shining so I can keep going.
Now I realize that spending that daily time with God is just really a key element in my life to feeling connected to Him.
I find hope in knowing that the generational chains have been broken.
I turn to God all day long, and He gives me a peace that you can't really explain until you experience it.
God got me to the Open Bible Church. God got my son to the Open Bible Church. And it's been an incredible 2-year journey.
I know the legacy that I leave behind has completely changed.
That He's trustworthy and faithful. And I hope that is a message that can impact the people that I come in contact with.
I know that, the childhood that I had growing up is not going to be the same childhood that my children have growing up.
No matter what I do in life, if I can't be a good husband or father, and I can't carve that out in my life as number one, there's nothing else that really matters.
If my legacy is the fact that my son can pass it on to his children, that's good enough for me.